Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the EEARSS Podcast, produced by Terrier TV here at Titusville High School. Bill, Cindy, how are you? How's it going? What's new and exciting?
Let's see. New and exciting. Nothing. It's the end of the school year. I'm tired.
Nothing's exciting.
I'm tired.
Frank.
Yeah, we've only got a few weeks left, don't we? What, a month?
You want me
we
to
got a
tell
month?
you? 27 days.
20. You have it
Not
down
that,
to the day.
not that I know that by heart.
He has it down to the day.
Not that I don't have written in a calendar somewhere, but yeah.
Well, I mean, is it 26 now after today?
No.
It's 27 as of
It's
tomorrow.
27 days. 27 days. I show up tomorrow, which is the hardest part. Then it's 26 days.
Is that just school days or is that
That's school
calendar
days. Yeah,
days?
no.
Aw.
I don't count weekends. Weekends are my time.
That's
But
pretty
no.
solid. We're actually gonna miss we're gonna miss a podcast week. I was just thinking about it the other day. The week of May the 7th.
Oh, okay.
I'm back to Maryland.
How
there you
dare
go.
you abandon us?
Okay.
You guys can do it without me. I mean, you're more than welcome to.
Just go
I can get
chasing a critter.
you guys a
Mhm.
couple of guests, and you guys can jump into it. You all can definitely do it.
Is it our famous Maryland critter? That
Yes, it is. Yep, going back up there to see if we can work it out.
Which has been spotted.
It was spotted, last week.
She's back.
Indeed. Yep. So we're speaking in code, Mike. It's nothing against you.
I understand what you guys are saying 100%.
Oh, my garage. So let's introduce Mike and jump
Let's
into this.
do it.
So today on the podcast, we are joined by Mr. Mike Rogers with Grind for Life. Mike, I'm trying to think how you and I first met. I'm pretty sure my buddy Thaddeus, and he had told me about you, and he's like, you need to meet Mike and see the stuff he's doing and what's going on. He's an incredible guy. You need to meet him, Frank. You guys need to connect. And I'm like, I think we actually already have.
I think
Thad.
I've seen you, met you at one of the events, Surfing Santa or
Indeed. Yeah.
skate park or
I'm sure. Yeah.
somewhere.
A couple different times, I think.
Friday Fest,
Yeah, you're
somewhere.
you were out doing stuff.
Beach Board Fest.
Yeah, you're out doing
all
stuff
kinds
all
of
the time.
Yeah, every weekend just about. We're setting up the Grind for Life booth and letting people know what the organization does.
So, Mike, tell us about how you got into doing this. How you kind of tell us about your story of how you got to starting this nonprofit and what you guys are all about.
Yeah, we started this as a charity benefit. It was 2003. We started a thing called I just finished getting a cranial facial resection with a brain lift done in 2003. So before that, I was a YMCA skate park director. So they hired me as the local pro. So I ran some great programs for the YMCA down in South Florida for the skateboarders, and we ran 8 years there. And then in 2003, my cancer came back from when I was a kid, and I was first diagnosed in 1977 with a rhabdomyosarcoma, soft tissue tumors. I just call them for short sarcomas. They're 1% of all cancer, super duper rare. So I was down in West Palm doing that, and then cancer came back for the second time, 25 years later. And then I was 8 years as the skate park director at the YMCA. I was lucky. I had great insurance, great retirement fund that I had already paid into for 7 years. So when all this happened, there was no social media. There was no digital life. So it was like, you didn't have those kind of benefits and that kind of knowledge. See, I had already had cancer from when I was a kid. And then when I was 37, I kind of knew how to navigate it better because I was an adult. I was a YMCA skate park director. And, I was on my fourth opinion when I went to Memorial Sloan Kettering to have that cranial facial resection with the brain lift done, removed the eye, cheekbone, half the roof of the mouth, and did microsurgery where they took the right abdominal muscles from my stomach and reattached it where my cheeks at. So we share that story with thousands and thousands and thousands of people each year and for the last 20 years. So, yeah, that's what the Grind for Life does. And then me, I tell that story, but also there's a lot of people that need travel expenses when they're traveling long distances. I had a retirement fund back then that I was able to cash in. Paid $10,000 of my retirement. That's how much was in there. $10,000 back then was the $10,000 that saved my life, because that paid for my travel to New York, paid for all my expenses down here, And I had a skate shop and a snack bar that I was operating at the YMCA. So I had like 8 employees. Like, I was the guy. So when this happened, everybody stepped up. So everybody who worked for me, I always took care of my employees and always did the right thing. So when bad things happen, good people show up and help you. So that charity benefit was called Grind for Life. We raised $10,000. We had a person match that, so $20,000 was raised, paid off all my medical, and then we took $10,000, started the Grind for Life organization. So since then, this year we've given out over $400,000 to get people like cancer treatments, and then
That's amazing.
we've run the Grind for Life skate park series. There's building all these skate parks left and right in the state of Florida. No contest. So I knew how to run skateboard events and run programs from the YMCA. So we developed the Grind for Life skate park series, and it taught people how to compete on a pro level as an amateur. So when you went to bigger events, you were already groomed up. So it was like high school. When you're in high school and you're playing high school football and basketball and all that, if you get the good coaching and the good direction, so when you go to college, it's even better coaching and all that. And then by then, you got people looking at you wanting to do, hey, let's do a contract and will you support my products and all that. So I've helped Alex Sargente. He's from South Florida. He's Lake Worth professional skateboarder, but he started my programs at age 5. So he's a X Games gold medalist 2-time and a advanced global champion. So he's just one of the stories from the series and the journey that we've done with the Grind for Life organization. So it lasts 20 years. So
that's
got a lot in there.
Getting kids outside anymore is a challenge. So being able to get them involved in something like skateboarding, that's amazing because it really is. It's a community.
Yeah,
people that skate, it's a community.
That's what I was going to say. Skating or skaters in general, it's a culture. It's truly a culture. It's a way people live their lives. How does that impact what you do? It's got to have a huge impact on it.
Yeah. Since skateboarding's come a long way now, so it's a professional sport. It's recognized in the Olympics now. So this will be the second time skateboarding's appeared in the Olympics. And King and Palmer, he was from Australia, and he also was a little kid when I met him, and now he's the first skateboarding gold medalist from Australia. So yeah, there's kids that are Alex Sargente's on the team for Italy. So I got kids that were from the Grind for Life series that are Olympic skateboarders now.
Wow.
So you can go Olympian, you can go a person just go film video parts. You can be, there's many things you can be like any other sport now, like with skateboarding. So, but it's still getting it off the ground with the coaching and running programs has still got a ways.
That's got to be a great feeling to be able to look at these kids that you mentored and go, look at the Olympics. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see the kids grow, and then when they get 18, they want to do it no more.
Well, yes. Yeah. As a parent of a teenager,
they want to show you
I
how to do
understand
that. They want to show you how to do it, Cindy. That's how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now you do an event weekly over in Cocoa Beach too, don't you? Is it weekly or is it monthly?
It's monthly now, but for the first 2 years, it was every Wednesday.
Okay.
Best trick at your level. It was called the GFL Community Night. So there's no action going on there. A lot of skate shops aren't doing things at the skate parks anymore. So I have the organization. I know how to run programs. It's easy for me. So I started this thing, got with the city, got with Laird, the Parks and Recs director at Cocoa Beach, and I said, Laird, let's do this GFL Community Night. We just come out and do a positive thing, talk about skateboard events. Everybody does their best trick on their level. So if you can stand on it, you can just do a kick turn. There's a prize on the table for you.
That's cool.
So yeah, people can come out, and then I tell what events are coming up. And then everybody gets one free raffle ticket. We do about 4 or 5 raffles. The main one's a board with grip tape. So after doing it's on 8 years now doing this. It has its own Instagram page and everything. People don't come for the tricks. They already ran out of tricks. But they come for the skateboard news. They come out to be with everybody, the community. And then we always got newcomers that are there showing us their tricks. So, yeah, the GFL Community Night is a big success. And people are doing it all over the country now, mimicking something I started, and it's a very easy thing. It's an hour long on a Wednesday night, school night. So break up the week, come out from 7 to 8, and yeah, that's what we do. One of the programs that we do too. Pretty cool.
That's very humbling to see that people around the country are following your footsteps and going ahead and doing that. And I've noticed that it's not just kids sometimes going out or even young adults going out and skating their own. You see actual families going and skating together. Like you see skating families.
Yeah, there's the whole family now. So, and then skate parks aren't just skate parks anymore. They're all wheels. So like that's the problem too. All wheels at once.
Yep.
With no direction.
Yep. BMX and
have
rollerblades and
Yeah, Cindy, so like to have direction for everybody, for somebody like to do some etiquette for everybody is crucial.
Yes. There are rules. Follow them.
Yeah,
now,
just basic etiquette of skateboarding and things, life in general, just being courtesy, look out for others.
Pick somebody up if they fall down.
Exactly.
Yeah, no doubt. I have seen you out with a surfboard before too. You do some surfing, yeah?
Yeah, in the 90s, I surfed all around the world. G-Land in the 90s.
Whoa.
There was no boat trips. You just got on there. I had a buddy named Mike Earl, and we called him Squid, and he had been there 3 years before we went there. So me, Bear Knowlton, Peter Mendia are big name surfers. They just were inducted into the Surfing Hall of Fame. Baron was, but not Peter, not yet. But it was our first trip to Indo, and we just had a guide, and we did 2 weeks in G-Land. Unbelievable. It was the 95 and 94, the tsunami hit G-Land, so we came the year after they rebuilt it and stuff. But yeah, it was a cultural trip along with a surf trip. So what you learned culturally was just as much as you learned on the waves. So it's pretty amazing.
No doubt. So you've traveled internationally quite a bit then.
Yeah. I've been to Puerto Escondido. That's the Mexican pipeline. So before you surf the real pipeline in Hawaii, you could go down to surf Porto. It's a lot cheaper. It's sand. You don't have to worry about reef, but it's super gnarly. We did 8 seasons there. That means 8 a month at a time for 8 years. Bring 6 boards. Serious stuff. But I was just a local guy could take off a month and go down there and surf with the pros. And what a great experience, because back then, like to do it while I was young, I couldn't do it now. So when I was young, I took advantage of traveling the world. So now I know what it's like to travel the world on my dime. And it was a great experience, life-changing.
We've had a CT Taylor on here with us before, and I remember hearing him talk about the correlations between skating and surfing and how you can build one from the other and they actually help each other out. Can you tell us a little bit about that, how that actually works?
Sure. It's upper body for surfing and then lower body with the skateboarding. So the skateboarding is your leg and cardio, and then your surfing is your paddling upper body. So once you put those two in sync on the off, when there's no waves, you go skate and you just build your cardio and legs up. And then when there's flat spells and then you've been skating, you go back out surfing and you've been skating, it's like nothing. You paddle right out, stand up on the waves. You don't get gassed paddling through the sets. So yeah, I'm a surf skater, and our John Florence is a 2-time world champion. He's a surf skater. All his brothers are. So it seems like
There's
guys
something
who
to be said with that. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Oh,
Surf skating definitely feeds off each other.
You don't realize how many muscles are involved with balancing on any kind of board until you do it, and the next day you're like, I am sore in places that I didn't know I had muscles.
Yeah.
It's definitely a workout, no matter what you're trying to balance on.
I remember those days. I'm not nearly as rubbery as I used to be, but I remember those days.
Yeah.
So you said you travel all over the state of Florida to different skate parks. If somebody's out there, let's say, let's talk about the novice level and talk about the expert level. If somebody's looking for a good place to start, a good skate park to go start, where would you recommend, and where would you recommend for somebody that's looking to push themselves?
We got 3 great skate parks here in Brevard County. We got Satellite Beach. It was the first concrete park built by Tim Payne in 1999. So it was renovated about 7 years ago. That's super easy to ride. It has a lot of banks, so you just casually drop down instead of a steep drop. The banks are a lot easier to start out on. A lot of flat bottom to learn how to push. And then we have West Melbourne Skate Park, and it's the biggest one of the three. And it's over at the Field of Dreams, and it's a all-wheels park. Satellite Beach, BMX is allowed on Tuesdays, I think, from 6 to 9. And West Melbourne, you can just ride whatever you want all the time there. It's super fun. They got a really good flow bowl. It's you can get down in there, novice to expert could skate it. And then they have a really huge street course that's from beginner to advanced skating. And then we have the Crown Jewel, my skate park where I skate and do a lot of events. Cocoa Beach Skate Park, very advanced skate park. One of the best park courses in the country, if not the world. We have the cradle. We got a 10-foot pocket. It's super tight, and it's meant for surf skating. And then we have what we call the Walker Roll-In for Bruce Walker, who's the grandfather of skateboarding in Brevard County. Also was a skateboard mentor to Kelly Slater and was the guy who started Walker Skateboards and sponsored a lot of the Brevard's greatest skaters. So, yeah, Cocoa Beach is the crown jewel, but intermediate advanced for Cocoa Beach. And that's where I do camps. And I do skateboard camps in the summer. And it's very challenging to do camps there if you're not willing to come to camp. So if you're not willing to come to camp, I do what you call the one-day test. So you come in, test it one day. If you make it through the heat, it's not the park nowadays. It's the heat.
It's the
gets
heat, yeah.
And so it's 45 to an hour and a half instruction for the camp. It's a instructional camp on a daily basis. We just teach the fundamentals of kick turning, carving, standing on your board ollie, just the fundamentals. And I have a lot of people fall out nowadays because of the heat.
Yeah.
They melt away, huh?
Yeah.
So you were a professional skateboarder as well, right? You were a professional skater.
Yeah, from the 90s, and you still had to work as you were a pro skateboarder in the 90s.
That's what I was going to ask you.
You won $100 for your prize money, and you went back to work afterwards, and you had bragging rights, though.
Yeah, no joke.
And I was from South Florida, so there was no magazine coverage down there. There was no coverage. There's a lot of talent down there who were never noticed or never noticed for their abilities because there's never any magazines or whatever. But I'm a freestyle pro from the 90s. In 91, I finished 6th in the world in NSA National Freestyle Championships in Georgia. So yeah, that was my biggest amateur right into pro, and then we started pro freestyle in 92, and in 93 skateboarding just died out. Boom, done. Put a fork in it. So yeah, it was done. So then
What do you think that was about?
It was just we got away from all the pig-shaped boards. The pig-shaped boards are like 10.5 inches wide, 30 inches long, big, and then everything shrunk.
Those were the big Nash boards, right? Am I thinking about the right
ones? Yeah. That and the big Sims boards and the Soys and all back then.
That's what I learned to skate on.
Yeah. In the 80s, you would learn to skate on a Sims board and all that. And then in 93, everything went small wheels, like 49 millimeter wheels, small boards. And
what led to that transition?
Everything went, no more skate parks.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Skate parks died. So skate parks died out in the late 80s. Insurance killed it.
The liability of running
liability.
One.
Liability.
My best friend in high school in Indian Harbor Beach, they built a skate park right off of South Patrick.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, Bill.
Yeah, and he fell and broke his wrist.
Right.
And I'm sure that happened a lot because, if you're trying to fall, you go to catch yourself.
I imagine that's probably one of the more common injuries.
Back people, you signed a waiver back then. You just took it.
Well, they did. Yeah, he didn't sue. He was like, I broke my wrist. So
when we opened the one that was up here in Titusville for like the first year, my brother was in and out of a cast every other month with something.
That's how you learn. I mean,
Yep.
learning how to
It makes
fall
you
is
better.
is a big part of all of it.
Oh yeah.
You gotta
Yeah, a
learn-
lot
you
of
gotta learn how
kids
to
didn't
fall.
wear pads in the 90s, though. That's
Yeah.
when they stopped wearing pads. See, me, I always wore pads.
Yep.
And I'm a transition skater, so I can skate street stuff and all that, but I don't take it to the level of jumping down 10 stairs and breaking up myself with no sponsors or nothing, you know?
Yeah.
No,
You got to
yeah.
weigh your wrist nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
Kids
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
that. They know they're out there trying to be a YouTube star.
Yeah,
Mhm.
get the views.
The
get
YouTube
Yeah,
heroes.
yeah,
The
yeah.
YouTube heroes.
Yeah, try to get some exposure the hard way, you know, and just get broke off. There's a lot of GoFundMes in skateboarding that kids will, you know, like you got to pick your battles. So that's why I always like do the organization, try to teach kids, you know, the right way of doing things, you know, like pad up, wear a helmet, skate in skate parks, you know, skate within your means. But I'm good at two shoes of skateboarding.
As a
It's
professional,
probably smart.
But I'm a goody two shoes, but I can hang with the best of them, though. But I'll
As
have
a-
my pads on.
it's hilarious.
There you go.
As a
Safety
professional
first.
skater, what was that grind like? What was everyday life like when you were doing that as a pro?
Never had that experience to travel and tour. I always had work, and then if there was an event, I'd take off the weekend.
Okay.
So I wasn't one of those. There's only a few guys in the world who were guys in the 90s who were full-time pro skateboarders, like the Bones Brigade. Like they were the only guys. They were the only guys who could.
But I imagine every
Couldn't-
time you weren't working, you were out somewhere skating.
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
was off work, I was skating or hanging at the beach surfing and all that, you know. So that's how we did it in the 80s and 90s, you know. You know, I started skating in 1977 at Skateboard Safari, and that skate park was there for about 5 years, and then it disappeared. And then I was lucky. I got hired back at the YMCA's to be a local pro. That was the start of my master's pro career. So I would skate all the World Cup bowl events, and they were big bowl events. And I also did the Vans Park Series. I did the Vans pool party. It was first called the ProTech Pool Party. It's the biggest bowl event in the world. They did it for 15 years, and then Vans called it the Vans Pool Party. And I received the invite for that contest. So that would be like getting an invite to Pipe Masters of Surfing. But for me,
Wow.
to get an invite to that, to skate with all the best bowl skaters in the world after having a cranial facial resection with a brain lift done, that shows you how good modern day miracle of medicine is. And if you take care of yourself with proper diet, sleep, and eating and exercise, you can do things. It's
Mhm.
what you want to sacrifice to stay healthy and stay good and be an athlete. See, to be an athlete, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. Like, I quit drinking sodas probably 15 years ago. That was hard.
Wow. I bet it was.
So to tell people you quit drinking sodas, I'd say people are like, what?
You
They
did.
can't
what?
even imagine it. Can't even fathom it. People can't even fathom that. But yeah, I've broke down things in my diet that I thought I'd never give up, but I did. The sacrifice to be able to ride at a high level is way worth it. I'd rather skate with all the best than drink a soda.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
And that's how athletes are nowadays. The
that.
kids, they have there's a diet plan for them athletes. There's training for the athletes now for surfing and skating. Surfing's in the Olympics too, you know. So
Mhm.
they're treated as athletes. They have a training program and everything. So it's not like in the 90s you just renegated. It's like you got trainers, there's things that you got to accomplish. There's goals, you know. So
That's what's so unique about you see these athletes in the surfing world, which I mean it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about, that have been doing it forever at the highest level. You see that at any level, any athlete, there's something to it. There's something to it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
they're taking care of themselves.
Oh,
They
no
have
joke.
to be. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%, Bill. 100%.
Yeah, they're eating right. They're doing it all right because they want to keep doing what they're doing at the highest level. They're doing everything they can to stay there, and it's
Well,
what you put in your body is a big part of that.
you can make $1 million riding a surfboard and a skateboard now, and you got to be good with your money. You got to be good with your health.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's a hard balance.
So, Mike, what do you need for your organization? How can people help, and where do they go to help?
Oh, it's so easy nowadays to raise money for Grind for Life and organizations. You can do a social media fundraiser. You can do a own event for the organization. That's how people do it now. The easiest way for people is social media fundraisers through Instagram, Facebook. It's so easy for everybody. We're 4-star navigator there with our organization, so people can look us up anywhere and find us and donate. PayPal, Venmo, Apple Pay, grindforlife.org, buy merch. If you do a raffle for us and you need raffle prizes, you can send them Mike at grindforlife.org, email. Kinds of stuff, man.
I'm gonna say you get some.
The only
you get
thing
some
people
cool
say is,
things.
"How do I do it?" I go, "Well,
How do you
people have
want
been
to?
doing this for years, man. You just got to
Any
get
way
in
you
there.
want to.
You got to be a service, man. And then when you do that, and you see the people that are helped, and all what the Grind for Life does for so many people,
No doubt.
people are jumping in left and right, helping the organization. They've never
Right-
seen nothing like
rightfully
it. It's a skateboard-based charity. We're the only charity in Cocoa Beach that helps people with cancer, and we're a skateboard, surf, and skate-based charity. We raise funds other ways, but we've 20 years of doing skateboard events and fundraising that way for locals, and it's a lot of work, a little bit of money, but it's worth it because your service. You see the stoke that the kids and the girls and the family get from being a part of the events, and a lot of stuff that we do is free. You know, it's whatever you can do is what you can do.
That's truly amazing, Mike. Really is. I gave you some homework. I gave you some trivia homework.
Yeah. You guys ready?
Okay, so is there a topic? Is it a broad spectrum?
Yeah,
kind
we're
of
just gonna
things?
do a surf and a skate tribute.
Awesome. Okay.
We just had here's the first
you
one.
guys- you guys
This is
ready?
gonna be surf. Okay, you guys
Okay.
ready?
Awesome.
We just had an 11-time world champion just finishes pro career. Who is it? He's from Cocoa Beach.
Kelly Slater?
Yes,
I saw that. I saw that on the paper. Yeah.
I was watching that on the WSL. I was watching it live last night. I think it was on Hulu or Prime or something. They had it
Yeah,
live.
what amazing career.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yep, amazing.
Never,
indeed.
ever will that ever be duplicated ever again.
No, at the highest level. You know, people talk about Tom Brady and stuff, but there's the whole. I mean, not that that's not amazing, but that was a whole different level. What
Well,
Kelly
that's
Slater did.
what we just talked about taking care of your diet.
That's who
and
I was
being
referencing.
active.
For sure.
Yep.
There ain't
Oh,
nobody
yeah.
more better than anybody than Kelly Slater with diet and exercise. So
That's who I was definitely thinking about when I'm saying that because he's doing
Yeah.
what he's done for as long as that. That's amazing. Truly amazing.
Yeah, my stepdad used to take us when we were kids to follow him around and watch him. And to see him now, he looks like he's in the same shape he was then. It's unbelievable.
yep, he's just a lot of juicing and all that good stuff.
Amazing.
All right, you guys ready for number 2?
Yes,
This
sir.
is skateboard related. In 1999, there was the biggest maneuver landed in skateboarding X Games. It's called the 900. Who did it?
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, Frank, you got it.
I saw a
Alright.
picture with you and him recently, didn't I?
Yeah, we just did doubles, me and Tony, and we were talking about the Bones Brigade. Now they do a Bones Brigade experience, and they wrote out 3 charities. They donated $150,000 to 3 charities. It was our biggest donation ever, $50,000.
Wow.
That's
That pushed us
amazing.
over to $400,000
Wow.
of helping people with their travel costs.
That's
Over 500
awesome.
people. But
Wow.
they gave it to the best skateboard team, wrote the biggest check ever to the organization. You couldn't get any better storytell than that. The best skateboard team in history wrote the only skateboard charity that helps people with cancer the biggest check ever.
That's awesome.
So
where
that's
it's
how
at,
the
buddy.
universe works. So
There you
pretty
go.
cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
No
That's
doubt.
cool.
Pretty cool.
No
All right.
doubt.
This is one of the hardest tricks in skateboarding. It's called the Ollie Impossible. Who invented it? Very easy answer. But
You?
no. No.
Well,
All right.
I know him
Bill?
and I know
And I
Tony
know Tony
Hawk.
Hawk, yeah.
So
All right.
that's all I got.
We got Rodney Mullen. He was the one who
Indeed.
invented all
Okay.
the flatland tricks, and now he invented
Okay.
all the tricks for street skating. And he's from Gainesville, Florida. So yeah,
Oh,
Awesome.
cool.
I didn't know he
Rodney
was a
Mullen,
Florida
there's some
boy.
Tribble. Yep.
I didn't know he was a Florida boy.
Okay.
Interesting.
Here's another one. This is about the organization. How many years have we been doing the Grind for Life organization? We talked about it in the interview.
You said it earlier.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
A bunch.
Yeah. So, Cindy, you should know it. Go ahead.
20 years.
Yes!
Okay, good.
two for
I
two.
was going to
Very
feel
good.
real bad.
2 for 2.
Very good.
They know I'm crazy with numbers, so
I
I knew
think
that
he
one,
said
but I was
20.
letting you guys handle that one.
There you go.
All right.
Awesome.
This might be a little hard for you, but what were the 3 counties that have skate parks in them in Brevard?
Oh, the 3 cities?
3 cities in
Yeah.
Brevard?
West
Yep.
Melbourne at Field of Dreams.
Yep.
Yep.
Satellite Beach.
Satellite Beach and Cocoa.
Yeah! 3 for 3.
Cindy's killing it today.
There
It's
we go.
ridiculous. Mike, we can't thank you enough for what you do, for what your organization does, and for being here and chatting with us today. Sincerely appreciate it, sir.
Hey, thanks for Bill for teaching the kids. Thank you, Cindy, for doing all your service work you do. Help so many people. And Frank, thanks for catching all them alligators and all that good stuff. And thanks for doing these podcasts for everybody. This is a great way to get the info out for people. And it's been a great experience and a great interview with you guys. Great podcast. I don't do these often, but you guys are too hard to say no to.
Oh, we love highlighting people that are doing good things in our community, and just good people doing great things. And you're a great person doing incredible things. And
Yeah, thank you, Frank.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
thank you,
proud
guys.
to have you here
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah, we did good today.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
All right.
Bill,
Yes, sir.
Cindy, I think that's a good podcast in the book. Probably a
Okay.
good time to
So
digress.
say the end things that you
I was
said.
just gonna say goodbye to you guys first.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
just saying goodbye to you guys first.
I'm an impatient man.
Keep going. Thank you all for tuning into the EEARSS Podcast. You can find us on all platforms by searching EEARSS, or EEARSS, the longest acronym you've ever heard in your entire life. Or you can go to Alligator Rob with 2 B's, ROBB.com, and it'll take you to the same place. Thank you all for tuning in. We want to say thank you to Edna Wilson with Celebrate Remax Aerospace for sponsoring our program, and we'll catch you all next week. Bye-bye.